About entitlement, entitlement. Can we quote that? Entitlement. Like, in, not an entitlement. This is total entitlement. This guy can't even come within 500 feet of one of his employees. Yet he's still the director of customs and quarantine. This is terrible. Really, it's terrible because, again, I just got to go back to that. You can't be like the Futures Femalawa and Bureau of Women's Affairs, this and that, and then throw women employees who are assaulted by your directors under the bus. You just cannot do that. But guess what? It's done. 9:36. Let's switch gears a little bit here. Just give a little bit of breathing room. I don't want to bring in the Youth Congress members into our dramatic conversation. But, hey, you guys want to get into politics? This is what it's all about right here.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can see, right? If a director of an agency, offensively taps a woman or assaults a woman or however we're going to mansplain it, they just really have to be held accountable. I'm right. Am I crazy, guys, or what? Am I crazy?
No, I've had my shares of trying to put out my political views as well, but I understand.
All right. So, hey, Bree, you said I'm not crazy.
I didn't say you were crazy.
Okay, good. Right on. I need to get this on tape. We got it on tape? Okay. So, welcome to the show. We have Vice Speaker Al Labang of the, which Youth Congress is it?
Youth Congress?
Yes, Guam Youth Congress. But what's the number again, guys?
33rd.
33rd, thank you. 33rd Youth Congress. And then we have Representative Chloe Lazama, who's representing Tijan High School. Welcome to the link, guys.
Thank you for having us today.
And let's talk about this resolution so the Youth Congress session is tomorrow, and they're going to be discussing this resolution, Bree.
Yeah, you guys have a resolution 9. It's in a response to the Hearing Protection Act introduced by some senators. It went to a public hearing on Monday. And for those of you who aren't familiar, this deals with the issue of these authorizing and legalizing silencers on guns, mufflers, and what's the other one called? Suppressors.
Yeah.
So you guys came out with this resolution, so I'll let you guys kind of explain why you guys do not support it.
I can start if
Okay.
anything. So it's like with what's happening within the schools right now around the United States, it's like hard to allow suppressors to be allowed here in our community. And if it will make a great impact in the safety of our community, especially like shootings have been happening. I mean, like gun violence has been happening within the United States, and as well as there's some instances recently where guns are used here on the island. And as Speaker Terlahi voiced out that we want to hear where is that gunshot coming from. And I just felt that hearing was so one-sided in a way that is mostly the gun silencer groups are the ones that is invited in that hearing, and like the ones that are basically voicing their support in the bill itself. And with us opposing this, we hope to bring another side of the debate on the gun silencer.
That's pretty interesting, Vice Speaker Al, that you brought up how one-sided the hearing was. They definitely came to play, right? I mean, this was like,
Yes.
I felt like I was watching the Gun Channel.
Yeah.
Why do you think we didn't see testimony opposing this measure?
I'm sorry.
Why do you think we didn't see any testimony opposing this measure?
I'm not sure, but I know that the hearing is published, but like I don't think there's enough youth who want to voice out their opposition to it, especially like concerning schools right now that we're starting to open up, but like some students may feel unsafe, even teachers may feel unsafe coming back into school if their safety in schools is not well tolerated in a way that we allow gun suppression devices to be in our community. So it's something that I oppose ever since. Like, I do support that guns are given to us through Second Amendment, but there's limits to it. So yeah.
Who wrote you guys' resolution? There's some interesting things in here.
So,
Go
are
ahead.
you?
Yeah, Chloe. Yeah, I'll let Chloe
Go
talk,
ahead.
man.
So, I had come across a video on the KUAM Instagram page where they were talking about silencers being legalized. And I discussed it with Al. And Al Al had a written bill that we had planned that we are co-sponsoring with other representatives from the Guam Youth Congress. And the bill is to have stricter mandatory background checks and a mental health evaluation being done for those who do own licensed guns. And the whole point of suppressors is obviously to reduce the noise of the gun. But from my standpoint and our standpoint, the cons outweigh the pros here. So the whole point of a silencer is to reduce the noise, right? But if, let's just say, we were to have a mass shooting at a school or any government facility, no one would be aware that there is an active shooter on campus because of the shooter using an oppressor. So the whole point of us trying to oppose to this bill is so that we do not endanger more lives. And you may be thinking, oh, Chloe, but there are strict mandatory background checks here on Guam to prevent these mass shootings from happening. Yes, there are stricter mandatory background checks here on this island than in the US, but 40% of weapons are illegally bought through either online ads or gun shows or from unlicensed gun owners. So who would really be benefiting more from it, us or the active shooter?
What do you say to those people who are watching this and saying, "Oh, these crazy kids, you don't even know what you're talking about"?
I am in support of everyone owning a gun. Like, that's obviously our right. It is part of the Second Amendment, but there are certain restrictions to it, like I was saying, and there are limitations to it as well, that we shouldn't be allowed to just carry a gun into any place and just shoot up people because we feel like it. And that's just not right, and there needs to be something done about that.
Al?
Yeah, I agree with Chloe on that. And it's just hard that it's so fresh that a few weeks ago, there's an incident in Colorado where it killed people in a grocery store. And of course, we all know that for me as a future teacher, it's kind of hard for me to have to teach my students how to dodge a bullet instead of teaching them like the things that they need to do, they're supposed to learn through the curriculum. You know, is something that students are kind of tired of practicing. And of course, like with the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas students, they're doing great with their advocacy in terms of promoting that gun violence should be not happening, that it should be regulated. And yeah, I agree with what Chloe said.
Well, maybe we catch up next week and you let us know how the debate. Are you aware there are members in the Youth Congress who support the Hearing Protection Silencer Suppression Act?
I don't want to. Yeah. Go ahead.
We actually have a Democratic caucus meeting tonight to discuss this resolution as well as other resolutions that we are discussing tomorrow. So we'll kind of get a better stance as to where everyone is at tonight. So that'll be good.
Do they televise you guys' sessions? Stream?
I believe.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure right on the legislature media on YouTube.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's gonna be televised on the Legislature channel tomorrow, and of course on their YouTube. Then yeah, I just don't want to speak on other members.
Yeah.
Because I don't have their minds. Yeah.
Right on. So, what do you think, though, of the grown-up version of the bill that 7336? Right from the hearing, it kind of seemed like, to me, my read on it is it's a done deal. That the gun lobby has pushed, and I mean, it only takes 8, right? And judging from what people were saying in the hearing, and just doing the math and reading the room on this, it kind of seems like they have the votes. Is that what you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh no, I mean it is kind of
Sure.
hard. To,
Yeah, 'cause
it's kind of hard as a youth to voice out our opinions when there is another part of the adult side where they aren't willing to listen to what the youth has to say about our stance.
That's why I brought you on here. We definitely want to hear what the youth have to say.
Yeah, basically our intent with this resolution is just to voice out that the youth doesn't want this bill to pass. And we hope that they think about the future of this island, which is us, you know, because like whatever they pass today, it affects us tomorrow.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck in your
Thank you,
session,
Chris.
and we'll check it out. Appreciate it. We'll see you. There you go, Vice Speaker Alabang and Rep. Chloe Lizama of the 33rd Youth Congress.
What time is their
Oh, what time is session?
9 a.m. tomorrow.
okay.
Good luck.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Right on. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Guys, it's 9:48. One Micronesia podcast.